Maseches Nozer Daf Lamed Hey. The Rambam writes, "All Isurim the Yotzim and Agefen are mitzarfim zem zeh, grapes that are lachim and yaveshim, and specifically oichel to oichel and mashke to mashke, like you mentioned the shir le'el Daf Lamed Dalid, not like the mefarsh." And the Rambam writes that yayin and choymitz is mitzarf zem zeh. If you drink less than a shear vias of yayin with less than a shear or vias of choymetz, and together is a shear vias, it's mitzdarf. And the Biskarov asks, it's very hard to understand this Rambam. Why do we need a chiddush that yayin and choymetz is mitzdarf zem? It's mevu in the Rambam further in Locha Tes that yayin and choymetz is one isser, and if you drink a vias of yayin and a vias of choymetz, you only like it one time, you not like it twice, because it's one isser, it's not two separate isurim. The Ravid argues that you like it twice. However, according to the Rambam, L'shitose, that there's only one Isser of Yayin and Choymetz, so why do you need a Din Sir if it's the same Isser? So what's the Chiddush that it's Mitzdarv Zemzeh? Ein the Chazon Yecheskel, the answer is the Rambam, that he says that the Chiddush, the Yayin and Choymetz is Mitzdarv Zemzeh, is that if you have less than sheh yayin, less than sheh choymetz, and you give hasra for yayin or for choymetz, you could get malchus. That even though the halacha is if you drink wine and you give hasra for choymetz, or you drink choymetz and give hasra for wine, you don't get malchus. However, if the mitzurah for the same isser, the same way it's mavur, the het is mitzdaref for isser, so would an isser and isser, it's mitzdaref adodi, and if you have yayin with choymetz, and there's hasra for yayin, even though the isser of yayin is only with the siruf of the shir of choymetz, nevertheless you could get malchus for the hasra for yayin va'ayin shamoit. Moving further on, ein der Sefer Chashuki Chemed, from Yitzchak Zilberstein Shlita, in the beginning of the parak, declares, L'gabi the isser of a nozer to drink wine, what's the halacha if a nozer comes to a shul, and the shul has wine ready for a kiddush after davening? Could the nozer continue to daven in such a shul that has wine ready for Kiddush after davening? Do you say that since it's Mavur and the Gemara and Shabbos Daf Yud Gimel Schor you tell a Nazir the Karmachol Sikrav that a Nazir not only can't drink wine and eat grapes, he has to stay away from a kerem, he has to stay away from a aveiro. So over here also, if it comes to a shul that has wine in front of him, maybe it's bechlal the isser of the karma cholosikra. And if Yitzchak Shlita says that the same thing will pertain b'zman hazeh, although we don't have a nazir, so always makabel to be noig with isuri nazir, with hanhogas of a nazir, or if someone made a neder that he's not going to drink wine, that if he makes a neder not to drink wine, the same thing as is a nazir, doesn't pertain this halacha of the karmachal sikrav. And the Yitzchak Shlita says it's also for him to stay in the shul midin karmachal sikrav. Then he brings a Chacham Tzvi that's brought in Ber Heitev, in Chaim Siman Reish Aleph, that the Chacham Tzvi writes that he was in a town and they had a guest from Chevron that was a Nazir Shimshin, and since he was a guest, they were mechaber him to Mevorich, to say Birchas Hamazon for the Olam, and the Nazir didn't hold the wine in his hand, he gave it to someone else to hold, and after Birchas Hamazon, the one that was holding the wine made a ber piagofen and drank the wine. And the Chacham Tzvi is meirich to say that he was moicha on this hanhaga. He said the halacha is that the mavorich has to hold the kois biyodoi, and he has to mekabel b'shtei yadayim, it has to be in his yadayim. He can't go and make birchas hamazon al kois on a kois that's someone else's hand. It has to be specifically in his hand. And he's meirich to say, you see, the halacha is that al b'somach has to be in his hands. And he says further that the Nazir can't make the bracha himself because he's also to drink the wine, so he can't be moitzi achirim that are mechuyev midrabanan disbich samozan al kois. And he says, although the halacha is you could give it to someone else to drink, that's only b'diavad, but l'chatchila the mevorach should drink for himself. And the Chuvas Priya Aretz that's brought in the Berhetiv over there says that although the halacha is a nozer has to be merachik from wine, so the shouldn't be allowed to hold wine in his hand. He says that specifically is if he's in the mokum next to shosu yayin, like the mvur in the Lashon the Rambam, that a nozer can't be with shosu yayin people that are drinking wine because that he's going to join them and drink wine as well. However, if he's not with people that are drinking wine, not people that are drunk, that he could hold wine in his hand, and we're not choishes that he's going to drink the wine because we could rely on the fact that they will tell him and remind him not to drink the wine. The same way it's mavur in the Gemara in Shabbos, that although there's an isser on Shabbos to learn and to be koyel or haner, if there's someone else there that will remind you not to tilt and to bend over the fire, so it's mutter. So here also, although there's an isser for a nozer to come close to wine, if there's someone else that's here that could remind him not to drink the wine, it's okay. And Yitzchak Zilberstein clears further that Yesh Lachkar, in this situation, that he's next to wine, and nobody knows that he's a nozer. So although the Priyaritz is saying that if the people here that know that he's a nozer, they'll stop him from drinking wine, it doesn't pertain this to Abolan Dik Alocha, that's Schor the Karmel Sikra. But however, if there's no one here that knows that he's a nozer, it should be also. But then Yitzchak says that it could be, you could say, that since he's going to do a mitzvah of davening b'tzibur, it's mutter because it's tzorich mitzvah, and the mitzvah is megani umatzah from Navero. Eine Sefer Pischei Nozer brings its mavur Aruch HaShulchan that proved from the Rambam that says that it's an isim d'Rabbanan for a nozer to come close to wine, and he says that lule the Rambam you could learn that the Gemara says Karmel Chalei Sikav is not an isim d'Rabbanan, rather it's a memory from the Gemara Keda Ami Inshi Karmel Chalei Sikav, but not an isim d'Rabbanan. But the Rambam's voice is a real isim d'Rabbanan. And the Rambam's mashma that's specifically by a nozer and doesn't pertain to other isurim, and the Aruch HaShulchan explains that similar to the fact that there's a chiyuv b'dikas chometz on chometz b'Pesach, because since chometz the rest of the year people eat chometz and they're more go to eat chometz, so therefore although midiraisa bitul ba'al masagi, nevertheless we're choishish that you might eat chometz without thinking about it, and therefore there's a chiyuv b'dikas chometz midabonon. So what did there's a is of the chayim l'chaysikriv by a nozer since he's used to drink wine, and it wouldn't pertain to other yisurim. However, I the Mesil Seshar was mashma that this halacha is not specifically by a nozer, and to binyan av to all yisurim shebetoyu that mechayim l'cholei sikrav. I say for Pischei Nozer that brings in the Pesach Habir that the Reim is mashma that this is specifically by yayin and doesn't pertain to all the isurim of a nozer, to kalachas and tumo, and he explains it dafku by yayin. Since people are lohut and have a tremendous desire to drink wine, there's the issa of the karmel chalei sikrav, but doesn't pertain to the issa taglachas and tum of ayin shamoit. Moving further on, the Gemara says that Rebbe Eliezer ben Azariah that says in our Mishnah that the issur of chatzanim v'zag is specifically when you eat two chatzanim v'zag holds. Like a Eliezer that darshans ribi umiti, and he holds that it's an issur even on the olim and the lovim. Eine Beskrov stencils the a tremendous kasha. How could it be that Shmuel Eliezer holds like a Belozor? If he holds like a Belozor, even that's not the actual grape is also, even Olam Lovim is also. So how could it be that there's halacha that you need two chatzanim v'zag for the issa of chatzanim v'zag? Typically, that chatzanim v'zag should be also the same way Olam and Lovim are also. So who would think Chatzanim v'zag, and even without two Chatzanim v'zag, it should be over. On that, the Beskrov says that it could be The Blazim Azariah is telling you a chiddush that even less than a kazayis chayiv, if it's two chazan and v'zag, and I am the Rav, in the Mishnayos, and Tosis Yontif, is Mayich B'divi Rav, that you see that Blazim Azariah is saying a chumrah, that even less than a kazayis chayiv, besides the kula that you need two chazan and v'zag, he's saying a chumrah, that even less than a kazayis chayiv. And the Bisgrov says further, a different pshat, the reason why you're not chayiv by chatzan v'zag midin all the mulavim, because it's not royal achilo like Zvu and Toisus. So therefore you need that the pasuk says clearly is a chayiv, and without that there wouldn't be a chayiv, even though be a soidei chatzan v'zag is not all the mulavim v'ayin shamoid.